Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are in good health, everybody is doing fine. Today's topic of discussion is regarding 1 Gbps internet connection. So there were days, not like long back, but let's say a couple of years back, when getting a good 100 Mbps connection was very scarce. Airtel used to offer their high-end connection, which was only limited to like 40 Mbps. But now there are several ISPs who offer 1 Gbps connections, with the big ones being ACT, Jio, Airtel, and there are a few small providers as well, like Alliance Broadband. So getting a 1 Gbps connection now has become very easy. Even in like tier 3 cities, there are broadband service providers who are making inroads and providing direct fiber, that is FTTH, fiber to home, and providing 1 Gbps connection. Since the 1 Gbps connection is available now, the question that arises is, should you be getting one? Now that depends on a lot of factors and a lot of other things. So previously I was using a 100 Mbps connection because that was the max available in that area. Recently I relocated, and for the last 3 months I'm using a Jio Fiber Gbps plan, and to be honest, I am really happy with the connection because I am able to utilize the full bandwidth. Now you might be wondering how you can efficiently use the 1 Gbps bandwidth. If you are using the connection to, let's say, stream 4K from Netflix or Amazon to 2 to 3 TVs and do work from home, then stay away from this connection. It's not worth paying that much money just for doing these things. A 100 Mbps connection is plenty fast for doing that, because if you check the information, a 4K Atmos stream in Netflix is about 15.25 Mbps. That is the megabits, not megabytes. So that is like less than 6 times of a 100 Mbps connection. So you can imagine how much you can utilize a 100 Mbps connection. Now coming to the 1 Gbps connection, there are a lot of factors. The first being the kind of router, the kind of hardware that you will be using. If you are planning to use it with the default router that's given by Jio, and you're planning to use Wi-Fi devices, friends, you're better off with a 500 Mbps connection. As my test result, which I'll share with you shortly, shows, the Jio does not really do much on the Wi-Fi band. It's a dual band router. It offers both 2.4 and 5 GHz bands, but the speed is not that great. The coverage is also, you can't expect much out of it. It's being provided by the service provider. So I have compared it with the other routers that I have. Those who have watched my previous videos would know that I'm using a Wi-Fi 6 router, which is from TP-Link. It is the AX11000, and prior to that I was using the Netgear X8R8500, which is also a pretty good router. Now once you see the test results, you would really see the kind of difference these routers make when it comes to utilizing a 1 Gbps connection on Wi-Fi. The reason I'm stating Wi-Fi multiple times, because if you're using wired connection, which would be very limited to maybe a PC or something, even the Jio default router can give you very good speeds. It does 930 to 950 Mbps. So then you wouldn't need these kind of Wi-Fi routers. But in today's world, most of our devices are connected over Wi-Fi, so you'd end up using more Wi-Fi than you'd use your LAN. Now how I utilize the 1 Gbps connection, I download games from Steam, from Epic, and while downloading games, it's blistering fast. I have seen speeds like in Steam Download Manager, I can easily see 95, 98, 100 MB per second speed, and friends, that is nearly equal to like copying data from a USB 3 hard drive. Yes, it's that blistering fast. I mean, you'd feel you're literally copying data from a hard drive rather than downloading data from the internet. It feels so good when you see data of that kind. So I downloaded quite a lot of other things as well, also uploading videos to YouTube and stuff. So yes, I do end up using the 1 Gbps connection. Whether you would be able to utilize it, friends, do watch the video and then take a call, because I have given a summary at the end of the call once I have displayed the charts, shared the chart data with you. Because just getting a 1 Gbps connection wouldn't cut the cake. You would be better off investing on a good quality router as well if you want to completely utilize that bandwidth. So with that being said, friends, let's go ahead and take a look at the results. As you see, I've used 3 different devices and 3 different routers. So the routers are the Geo default router, the Netgear X8 R8500, and the TP-Link Archer AX11000. This TP-Link being a Wi-Fi 6 router. Now the devices used were Note 20 Ultra, which is a Wi-Fi 6 device, a MacBook Pro 16 2019 model, which again incorporates Wi-Fi 6, and a Dell Precision 5530, which is a Wi-Fi 5, and the max speed or the negotiated speed is 866 Mbps to a Wi-Fi 6 or even Wi-Fi 5 router. These two, the Note 20 Ultra and the MacBook Pro, their max negotiated speed to a Wi-Fi 6 router is 1.2 Gbps. Yes guys, it's more than Ethernet speeds. There is LAN speed, 1 Gbps LAN speed. So let's dig into the results. So for the Note 20 Ultra, you see 2 feet away the Geo router provides 570 Mbps up, 337 Mbps down with 31 ms latency. 10 feet is the speeds drops to 484 up and 203 down, and at 10 feet with one brick wall in between, it's 353 Mbps up and 183 Mbps down. So as you can see, we are barely breaching like 500 Mbps. So that's why I said, if you're planning to only use the Geo default router, do not opt for a Gbps connection. You're better off with a 500 Mbps connection, because you would be saturating the Wi-Fi pretty much with a 500 Mbps connection. With the wired connection though, yes, you can get that high speeds, but then most of you would be having maybe 1 or 2 max wired connections, and the rest would be on Wi-Fi. So coming to the MacBook Pro, at 2 feet it's 637 Mbps up and 343 Mbps down. At 10 feet it drops to 579 Mbps up, 254 Mbps down, and at 10 feet with one wall it's 483 up and 203 down. So again you can see that yes, we are getting somewhat better speeds, around 80 Mbps more at 2 feet, but then again it's hovering around that 500-600 Mbps mark. And we have a similar observation with the Dell Precision 5530 as well. At 2 feet it's 598 Mbps up, 339 Mbps down. 10 feet it is 537 Mbps up, 289 Mbps down, and at 10 feet with one wall it's 473 up and 224 down. With the X8 things improve. We are getting higher speeds on all the devices. Starting from the Note 20, the speed increases by near about 100 Mbps. You can see the differences throughout. We are getting higher speeds throughout, whether it's at 2 feet or at 10 feet or at 10 feet with a wall in between. Things start shining when you move over to the TP-Link Archer, which is a Wi-Fi 6 device. You really start seeing very good results for the phone. At 2 feet it's 728 Mbps up and 377 Mbps down. 10 feet it drops to 662, 371, and 10 feet one wall it's 577, 354. I mean, if you note with the TP-Link, the speeds are way better than what you have with the Geo or with the X8. So Wi-Fi 6 does offer very good speeds. With the Mac, I mean, you can literally see we are approaching Gbps speeds. We are at 826 at 2 feet, and then at 10 feet it's 789, and 10 feet one wall it's 685. And Dell Precision Pro, yes, the results are not that high. The reason being is, as I said, the link negotiation is limited to 866 Mbps. That is the max hardware capability of that chip. So with that being said, the results clearly show that yes, to utilize a 1 Gbps connection, be it from Jio or be it from any other provider, a good router is a must. I mean, you need to invest in a good Wi-Fi 6 router. Now, what actually you need entirely depends on how many wireless devices you would be connecting. So the one that I have, that is a pretty high-end router. I mean, it's one of the best in the market, and costs around like 33 or 34,000 in Amazon. So the benefit of that router is you can have a lot of wireless devices connected, maybe 50-60 wireless devices connected, and the total throughput is 11,000 Mbps as stated by TP-Link. I have not actually gone ahead and validated that, but yes, I do have around 20 terabytes of NAS storage running on link aggregation, and yes, I do not have any slowdowns on the network. I mean, be it LAN or be it WAN, it performs just fine. You can choose to maybe get a AX6000 or a AX3000 router, but friends, if you are planning for a 1 Gbps connection, do spend that extra money and get a Wi-Fi 6 device. It really helps a lot. And before getting the device, see how many wireless devices you'd be connecting and look at the area that you need coverage for, because Wi-Fi signals drop or they attenuate as you move away from the source. So 5 gigahertz has higher speed but it has lower range. 2.4 gigahertz has a higher range but lower speed. So routers like the TP-Link Archer AX11000, they have like 8-9 antennas, and they do provide quite a lot of coverage which lower range routers might not provide, like the AX Netgear X8R8500. That's not, I would say, exactly low end, but yes, it's lower than the TP-Link Archer, has 4 antennas, and the coverage as shown in my previous video is not that good when compared to the TP-Link Archer. But yes, obviously it's way better than the Jio router. With that being said, friends, the conclusion is, for a 1 Gbps connection, do get an aftermarket Wi-Fi 6 router. Which one you want depends entirely on your needs. If you need any assistance, do comment and I'll be more than happy to help you out. If you like the video, do subscribe to my channel and click on the like icon so that it would inspire me to make such videos in the future. Thank you guys. Goodbye.